Battle of Ink and Ice by Darrell Hartman is a historical account of two powerful newspapers, the New York Times and the New York Herald. It covers their fierce competition over Arctic exploration stories in the late 19th century. Through this rivalry, Hartman explores themes of media influence, national pride, and the ethics of journalism. This Arctic adventure became more than a quest for discovery. It was also a battle for public loyalty and journalistic dominance. Chapter 1. The Beginnings of Competition. The book opens with the Arctic as an unexplored frontier that fascinates the public. The New York Times, led by George Jones, seeks to be a trusted source. In contrast, the New York Herald, under James Gordon Bennett Jr., wants excitement and drama. The newspapers see the Arctic as an opportunity to boost readership and shape public opinion. Chapter 2. A Race to the Pole. The race begins. Both papers focus on the Arctic as a national prize. Bennett's Herald often sends reporters for thrilling stories, creating suspense and excitement. Meanwhile, the Times covers scientific details and careful reporting, aimed at educating readers rather than sensationalizing the events. Chapter 3. Ethics in Journalism. This chapter highlights ethical decisions made by each paper. The Herald leans into sensationalism, occasionally exaggerating facts to attract readers. The Times, on the other hand, tries to uphold journalistic standards. Hartman uses this rivalry to show how ethics can impact reputation and trust, a theme still relevant in today's media. Chapter 4. The Explorer's Hardships. The explorer's journeys are central here. Figures like George DeLong, who led the doomed Jeannette expedition, face brutal Arctic conditions. Hartman emphasizes their endurance and bravery. This chapter reminds readers of the human cost of exploration, underscoring the role newspapers played in funding and promoting these risky journeys. Chapter 5. Public Fascination. This chapter covers how the newspapers fueled a public obsession with the Arctic. The Herald and the Times capture readers' imaginations by portraying explorers as heroes on a patriotic mission. Hartman shows the media's power in shaping public interest, turning Arctic exploration into a symbol of American pride and curiosity. Chapter 6. Nationalism and the Arctic. Here, Hartman examines how both newspapers tie Arctic exploration to American nationalism. The Arctic becomes a symbol of America's strength and destiny. Newspapers frame exploration as part of a national duty, encouraging readers to see explorers as symbols of American ambition. Chapter 7. Rivalry at its peak. The competition intensifies as both papers encounter challenges. The Herald sometimes stumbles with overly dramatic stories, while the Times struggles to maintain credibility in a sensationalist market. Hartman captures the tension between attracting readers and staying truthful, showing how these issues persist in journalism today. Chapter 8. The Legacy of Arctic Exploration. As Arctic expeditions end, Hartman reflects on the legacy left by this media rivalry. Arctic stories changed journalism, setting the stage for today's media landscape. They solidified the role of the press in shaping national conversations, especially on topics of science and exploration. Conclusion. Lessons for today. Hartman concludes with a look at modern media. He urges readers to be critical of sources, aware of sensationalism, and supportive of ethical journalism. The Arctic rivalry serves as a reminder of the power and responsibility in storytelling, whether in historical papers or today's digital platforms. Battle of Ink and Ice reveals how media shapes public opinion, drives exploration, and impacts history. It shows that even in the harshest climates, the press can leave a lasting mark. That's it. Thank you so much for tuning in.